go in the opposite direction. So, yeah, and so we decided to do a class today and kind of do a little co-teaching. We're going to chant. What's that? I can get a chant. Which page is that on? 35? 72. So we're talking about death, which is, it's a hard subject to talk about. It's interesting because actually I thought, like, when I wrote the essay, and I approached it using the Guru mantra, that the beginning of a cycle of the life is a teacher, the middle of a cycle of the life is a teacher, the ending of a cycle is a life of a teacher. And then, there's always a teacher nearby. There's a teacher that's going to reveal itself when the time is right. And then if you just open your eyes, the teachings are always there. You have to kind of be in the present moment. When I wrote it, it was very interesting because I wrote it from the point of view of thinking about death being a chronological kind of order of like time that we all kind of experience, and it would kind of a embracing that the body is organic and that death will happen, kind of like the changing of seasons. What I didn't really anticipate was, publishing this or putting it out in a time of crisis or war and untimely death, and how that all of a sudden a life could be stopped at a time or a moment where it doesn't maybe make sense to you looking at the order of your life, because it's an action that's kind of out of your control, like war. And that, it is interesting that how things serendipitously will happen when you put something out. And it all happens for a reason. Like there's nothing that happens by accident, right? So, it made me start rethinking like how we actually observe these ideas, and we see these ideas of a beginning, a middle, and an end through what we call rose-colored glasses, right? If you ever heard that term before, I'm seeing the world through rose-colored glasses. I want it all to look rosy. I want it to always there's kind of a optimistic point of view about how it's going to work out, and then all of a sudden it doesn't really work out.
Or we try to order it like this is a sequence, right? When actually there is no order.
You can't control the order.
It's not always predictable. It's never predictable.
It's never really predictable. And so that means that there's like, and you were telling me that you're reading what, Marcus Aurelius?
I'm reading Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, if anybody's ever done it. He's a Stoic philosopher. And he was kind of talking about the same things as the Vedics did. And one thing that they do, the Stoics practice, is they have something a little morbid sounding, but it actually goes in conjunction with the Yoga Sutra we chanted after the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. They have something called Memento Mori, which is a calendar of days of an average, I think it's like 82-year-old lifespan. And every morning, their practice, meditative practice, is to cross off a day. So you see, you're going toward an ultimate finality, but it's also an acknowledgement of like, today might be actually the last day. And it's a practice of kind of jolting yourself into a present moment. The now sort of moment of this could be untimely or could go beyond that amount. But there is a practice, there is a reminder of that. Okay, yesterday's done, yesterday is dead. We have no idea if there will be a tomorrow, so now, we have now.
Right, but there's still this kind of optimistic approach that there's a calendar of over 80 years.
Right.
There's like this kind of like optimistic, like,
we have no idea, we saw something.
And like, yes, and so like you end up kind of processing it through the idea of the rose-colored glasses, and in reality, when Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha is said, I made my offerings to the Guru, the enlightenment principle that's always there if I'm in the present moment to realize it. Same thing Patanjali is saying, Atha Yoga, Nushasana, Atha now, be in the present moment. Yoga, that union with the higher self, Nushasanam, a set of observations, the observations of life.
And anu is the particulate, the smallest fraction of the second within the second.
That it's like tiny. So it's like really looking at the smallest moments of your life and celebrating those smallest moments, because the next moment may not be there. So it's things like reality of war and things that are unpredictable really wake us up to being in that small moment. So just think about that, how we practice a practice that tries to keep us in the present moment, in the now, right? The breath, mula bandha, the idea of also alignment while you're moving dynamically through time and space.
And not rushing to the end point of a movement, but passing through the 2 and 3 of the 4 count breath. Like those are all moments in time. We want to dilate them.
Yes. Yes. So let's all set the call. You close your chant books up. Inhale deeply through the nose. Fill up your lungs completely. Exhale everything out completely. Inhale through the nose, fill up, feel how expansive you are. Then exhale everything out, feel how expansive you are. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start with around a Kapalabhati, making short exhales on my clap. The inhales are happening, but they're passive. You're giving more than you're used to receiving. You're moving energy upward. You're waking up the dormant energy at the base of the spine. Also, you're cleaning out the system, and this is making you more aware of the breath itself. And then start to slow that down. Exhale everything out all the way to the base. Engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jada Bandha, creating Maha Bandha. Keep the exhale out. Hold that out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the chin, inhale deeply, fill up the lungs. Exhale everything out. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Let's do that again. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start making exhales on my clap. Heating up the body. Maybe feeling a little lightheaded. That's the skull shining. Start to slow that down. Exhale everything out. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, Jada Bandha, Maha Bandha. Hold the exhale out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the chin. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Engage Mula Bandha, lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift. Now connect to your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale, come onto the hands and knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Push the seat back onto the heels, lifting the knees up. Downward facing dog. Continue that deep, full inhale. That deep, full exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 1. If anybody doesn't want assist or doesn't want lotions, just raise a leg and down dog split. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good on your inhale. Come forward to a plank. Exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, lifting the knees up, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Don't rush that. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat to the heels, lift the knees up. So that's the important thing. Listen to that Dharma talk. Like, don't rush through the vinyasa. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Look forward. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Notice if you're in upward facing dog, let me mean before I say it. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knees. Slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. press the palms down. Let the head be heavy, back of the neck long. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Now soften the knees, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to a standing position. Let the shoulders roll down and back, and then come stand at the front of the mat into Dasana, mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Gazes at the horizon. Bring the hands together in prayer. Set a higher intention for the practice. Being in that moment, being in that small little increment of the atta, the now. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. With straight legs, inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you. Raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten the arms and legs. Inhale, bend the knees, place hands down next to feet, step the right foot back into a lunge and look forward. Don't wait long and don't hold it. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're not rushing or holding. On the inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale, bending the elbows straight back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, lift knees up, downward dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, looking forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over legs, pressing palms down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, place hands down next to feet, step left foot back, don't rush. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, come forward to plank, into your rushing. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, lift knees up, downward dog. On the inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana. On the inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step right foot back, look forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, downward dog. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot steps back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, downward dog. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left, fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, adding on to that. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step the right foot back. Exhale, drop down to the right knee. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, hands down to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, lifting the knees up, downward dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, drop down to the left knee. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step left foot forward next to right and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, drop down to left knee. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to the earth, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, drop down to right knee. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to the floor, step right foot next to left, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, good. On the inhale, bend knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, place hands on earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the head and chest, prepare. Sukhi, put your hands flat. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up a little bit in the chest. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, bring the hands down to the earth, step back to a plank. Don't rush into Chaturanga. Exhale, bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel turns down, come up, warrior 1, and stay. Exhale, pull the left hip back. Inhale. Exhale, right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up in the chest a little better, John. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, hands down to the earth, step back to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward. Left heel down, come up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior 2. On the inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, reaching forward to the right. Right hand on right shin. Left arm lifts up, triangle trikonasana. Keep back foot where it is. Move this foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Stance is way too short. Inhale. Exhale, 2. And think about lifting up instead of leaning. Either way. Exhale, 3. Press into your feet and put your hand down. Exhale, 4. If you're unstable, don't lift your hand up. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lifting all the way up into a stand. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2. Back foot's going to turn in on a 45-degree angle. Make sure you're not turning your back foot away from you. That's not being in the moment. That's running in one direction and the opposite direction at the same time. So back foot turned a little forward, just like your arms are. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, extend the right leg. 1 breath. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Place the right hand inside your right foot. Exhale, lift your left arm straight up. So notice if I said inside to trick you, and you weren't living in the moment, and you think, oh, I'm going to go outside because that's what we always do. Exhale, 1. So you got to listen. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Palm flat or lift the block. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, place your left hand down. Exhale, come onto the ball of your left foot. Inhale, extend the right leg, bump your left foot forward. I want you to keep your hands inside your right foot. Then exhale, drop down to your left knee. Drop down to your left knee, bend your left knee so your left knee is underneath your left hip. You're not with the knee back. Good. On your inhale, lift your torso up alongside your ears, like a lunge. Then exhale, bring the hands together in prayer and twist over to the right. You twist over to the right, get your left armpit on the outside of your right thigh. Now on the inhale, lift the left knee up, extending the left leg without dropping into your left hip. Keep the hip closed. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Excellent. Inhale, come back to center. Now place your hands on the floor. Frame your right foot. Exhale, extend your right leg. Straighten your right leg again. Now bump your back foot forward a little bit. Yeah. Ground down in your left heel. Your left toes are still pointing forward. They're not turning out and you're not on a tightrope. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Pull your right hip back. Exhale, fold forward. Press your palms down and keep drawing energy up the front of your right leg. And you have it. You can do whatever you want with your arms. If you want to walk your hands back, walk your hands back. If you want to walk your hands forward, walk your hands forward, but press your palms down whichever way. Extend your legs. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bend your right knee, step back, downward facing dog. Just that simple. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel turns down at a 45-degree angle. Come up, warrior 1. Good. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior 2. Try not to move your right foot. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, reach forward. All that movement, you shouldn't be doing that. That's not in the moment. Place your left hand on your left shin. Raise your right arm up. Gaze at your right thumb. And here again, think about stabilizing. Press into your left big toe mound. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift your all the way up to a stand by pressing into your feet. Don't bend your knees to stand up. Then exhale, bend your left knee, warrior 2. As you bend your left knee, lengthen your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Try not to stick your tailbone out. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, rebend the left knee. Left hand inside the left foot. Right arm's going to raise straight up. Extended angle B. Move the left shoulder into the left arm. Lengthen your tailbone towards your right heel. So you're kind of flattening yourself out still. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And then inhale, place the right hand down. Now, keep your left hand where it is. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Notice how you close the hips. Then move the right foot forward a little bit. Then drop down to your right knee. So your right knee is underneath your right hip. So you close the hip. Inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the arms alongside the ears. Good. Then exhale, bring the hands together in prayer and twist over to the left this time. Your right arm is going to come out on your outside of your left leg. Now, keeping the hips even, lift your right knee up, extending your right leg without dropping into your right hip. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, come back to center. Put your hands on the floor. Now extend your left leg. Move your right foot straight forward. Yeah, right straight forward. Good, 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 good. Keep the hips closed. You're not turning the back foot out. You're not on a tightrope. And now lift the head and chest. Pull the left hip back. Then exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, you can walk your hands forward. You can walk your hands back. But keep pulling the energy up the front of the left leg. Exhale, pushing it through the back of the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift the head and chest up. Then exhale, bend the left knee, step back, downward facing dog. Just that easy. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Now exhale, drop down to your left knee. Now keep your left toes tucked under. Don't come onto the top of your left foot. The little pads of your toes are pressing into the earth. Start to bring your seat back toward your left heel, sitting on your left heel. With your toes tucked under, it's going to extend your right leg straight out. Your right toes are going to lift up. Now inhale, lift your head and chest, pull your right hip back. Now exhale, fold forward and walk your arms forward, framing your right foot with your hands coming into a runner's stretch. And the toes, I like the back toes tucked under. You'll feel something different happen in your left quadricep. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale. Lift your head and chest. As you lift your head and chest, lift your hips. Plant your right foot on the floor again. Yeah. Walk your hands forward. Frame your right foot. Now, put weight into the right foot and the hands. Lift your left knee off the floor. Put more weight into your right foot and your hands. On your inhale, lift your left foot completely off the floor, straightening your right leg. Standing split. Use your blocks if you need to. Now, walk your hands back. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to bend your left knee and bring your left knee next to the right. Because we've been working with a closed hip, and all of a sudden you want to open the hip. I know. You want to open the hip like a dancer. Now look back at your toes of the left foot. Dorsal flex your left foot. Now pretend that you're going to put your left foot on the mirrored wall behind you. Extend your left leg straight back. Good. Keep the hip closed. And then walk your hands back more with a closed hip. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on your inhale, lift your head and chest and walk your hands forward. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders. You're still going to work with a closed hip. Now come onto your fingertips. So notice how that lifts your scapula up and pulls your scapula down your back. Try to come up onto your fingernails like a cat walks. Like cats walk on their fingertips, not on the pads of their paws. Now look forward at the windows. Reach your arms back toward the mirrors and try to touch the mirrors with your fingertips. Warrior 3, balancing with a closed hip. I know it's a doozy. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Now place your hands on the ground. Soften your right knee. Step your left foot back into a lunge where it came from. Exhale, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Right foot back, downward dog. All right. So that was pretty hard. All right. And that's the thing. You got to stay in the moment. And when you lift up, you're using the core of your body and you're using your back muscles. Your back muscles are actually contracting to lift up in that warrior 3, okay? On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Now exhale, drop down to your right knee. Keep your right toes tucked under. Come sit on your right heel, extending your left leg straight out like a runner stretch. You can sit on a little block for that too. That's perfectly fine. You got 3 blocks. Lift your head and chest. Exhale, fold forward and walk your arms forward, framing your left foot. Coming into a deep forward fold and a back bend at the same time because the right quadriceps opening up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Keep pulling the left toes back. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. On your inhale, lift your head and chest. Start to bend your left knee. Put your left foot on the ground. Frame your left foot with your hands. Use your blocks if you need to. Now lift your right knee up. Put more weight into your hands and your left foot. On your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor, straightening your left leg, right? In a standing split. Now bend your right knee, bring your right knee next to your left. Look back at your right toes. Point your right toes straight down to the floor, keeping the hip closed. Then extend your right leg straight back as if you're putting your footprint on the wall behind you, and then walk your hands further back, folding deeper into a standing split. So right now you got your hands on the floor in a standing split. You're not doing warrior 3. If you're going into warrior 3, you're not in the atta. You're not in the moment. Inhale. You're not listening to the teachings. You have to take notice of the teachings. Exhale, 3, and notice when you're not paying attention to the atta. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Now walk your hands forward, right, till your hands are underneath your shoulders. Then come up onto your fingertips like a kitty cat. Yeah, notice how that lifts your shoulders up. Activate your back muscles. Now, see if you can reach your arms alongside the body and reach back, coming into a warrior 3, keeping your torso parallel to the floor, balancing on the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Much better. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, gently place your hands down. Exhale, soften your left knee. On your inhale, step your foot back. Exhale, go back, downward facing dog. Good for you. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, push your seat to your heels. Come into a child's seat for headstand practice. Interlace your fingers together. Make a fist. Then place the head on the floor. So you're going to make one fist with your hands, not two fists. So you're going to bring your hands together and interlace your fingers. Then place your head on the floor behind the wrist crease. Not in front of your wrist crease, but behind your wrist crease. Your forearms are on the ground, and you're going to keep your hand, look at me, you're going to keep your hand as a fist. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this. Then you're going to put your fist here. You're going to put your head here. There you go. Now you're going to lift your knees up. And as you lift your knees up, you're going to walk your feet forward. You can stay in a dolphin. If you wish to come further, bring your knees into your chest. Bring your heels towards your seat. You can stay in a half headstand. If you wish to go further, bring your legs up toward the sky, coming into a full headstand, right? And as you come into a full headstand, notice if you're going into a back bend. So what am I going to do to get out of the back bend? I'm going to soften my glute muscles, and I'm going to inward rotate my thighs. That's why that inward rotation in your Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 matters. You got to learn not everything is an external rotation of the thighs, right? So Dylan, relax your glutes, pull your ribs in. Pull your ribs in. Yeah. Pull your lower ribs in. Try to suck them in, do it toward each other. Flex your feet. Dorsal flex. Don't plantar flex. Better. Better. Now, if inversions are new to you, the most important thing about inversions is staying in the present moment. Lift your knees up. Now bring this knee into your chest. No, into your chest. Now bring your other knee into your chest. I didn't say jump. I didn't say jump. Lift your knees up. Move your hips. Don't worry about your feet. Get your knees together. So you got to press, and you got to quit thinking that the goal is to get your feet in the air, right? That when you think your goal is to get your feet in the air, you're not in the moment. You're thinking about something in the future. So there's steps in getting your feet into the air, but does it matter if you get your feet into the air? Not if you lose your grounding in your forearms and on your head. You're not in that present moment at that moment. That's the teachings. So bring your elbows closer together. If your elbows are touching the edge of your mat, your elbows are too far apart. Your elbows are too far apart. Elbows closer together, not at the edge of the mat. Last 10 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale, gently, slowly start to come down and rest in a child's seat. Bring your hands toward your ankles. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Let your forehead rest on the ground, relaxing. And notice if you got your head, top of your head on the floor, not your forehead.
Breathing in And breathing out. And then come to sit on your knees and ankles. We're going to set up for Virasana. So the inner knees are going to touch. You can come forward onto your hands and knees for a moment. Open the ankles apart so you have a triangle with the knees as the point at the top and then the 2 feet apart. I like to take my hands to the calf muscles and kind of push it back. And then if you can't sit your hips down in between your feet and ankles, put a block or 2 blocks or 10 blocks, whatever it takes to make sure that your seat is grounded. And make sure the tops of the feet are on the ground here. This can be a precarious position for the knee, so just make sure the very top of the foot is on the ground. Now from here, if you have a strap or a towel or a belt, you might want to keep it handy, you might not. Inhale, bring the right arm up overhead, and then exhale, bring it toward the center of the back, the hand, and then you can go ahead and grab a hold of the elbow with the left hand. You don't want to jam it behind the head, but just think about walking the fingertips down the back. Now you can stay here. Other option is to reach the left arm around, and you can hold on. If you have a towel or belt, you can hold on with the right hand and grab it with the left. Or if it's accessible, you can grab a hold of the fingertips together. Now notice if you curled into a little ball, allow your chin to be parallel to the floor, allow the hips to be grounded down into the earth, and allow your head to be tall. Breathing in, breathing out 1, breathing in, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, release the fingertips, raise the right arm up as you inhale, and exhale, bring the arms by the side, changing sides. Inhale, left arm reaches up. You can hold the belt in the left hand if you know you want to use that. Exhale, bend the left elbow, reach the hand toward the center of the back, crawl the fingertips down. You can hold on to the left elbow with your right hand to have a little more space created, and then reach the right arm around and hold on to the belt or the fingertips. Check in. Are you popping your rib cage forward? Can you soften the rib cage in? Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, release the bind, reach the left arm up, and exhale, bring the arms by the side. Set any props like a belt or a towel off to the side. A brief twist. Inhale, bring the left hand to the right thigh. Exhale, right fingertips behind the back. Don't lean back. Just keep reaching your right fingertips down. Breathe in. Gazes over the right shoulder. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale, soften here. Exhale 3. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Right hand to left knee, left fingertips, reaching down, but not leaning the spine back. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, crawl forward onto your hands and knees. Remove any props off to the side. As you inhale, plant the palms down underneath the shoulders and extend the right leg back and just push gently forward and back through your right heel, getting some sensation back in the leg. And then change sides. Right knee down, extending the left leg back. And pedaling out, pushing back and forward a few times. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, step back to a plank pose. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down onto the belly. Good. Keeping the hands by the lower ribs. Bring your legs all the way together. And tuck your tailbone like you're pushing your hips into the floor. So you should feel that natural arch of the lower back start to lengthen. As you inhale, lift the head and chest up, keeping the legs and the hips pressing down. Exhale, pick the hands up an inch off the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Notice if you're reaching forward with your chin, soften the chin, lift through the heart. 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Now lift up higher. Inhale. Exhaling, releasing. You can stack your hands and rock the hips out, resting the foreheads on the hands, or just you can rest the arms alongside of the body and turn one cheek to the mat. And then from here, bend your knees and grab a hold of the feet or the ankles. Again, tuck your pelvis underneath you. As you inhale, kick the feet into the hands, lifting up, Dhanurasana. Again, notice if you're lifting the chin forward, soften the chin, lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5, release. Turning the cheek to the opposite side, rocking out the hips again. And then bring the hands by the lower ribs, palms down, tuck the toes. Inhale, push the seat back to the heels. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, lower the knees to the ground and walk your hands back so you're standing on the knees. Good. Toes are tucked. Place the hands on the lower back, palms pressing into the lower back, fingertips moving down toward the backs of the knees. Pull the elbows back. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift the front of the pelvis up so you feel like you're tucking the pelvis underneath you. Feel the buttocks engage. Exhale, start to lean back, reach back. You can always keep the hands on the lower belly, but don't let your head go back. Grab a hold of the heels or the ankles if it's within reach. Otherwise, keep the hands on the back. Take a deep breath in. Puff up the chest to the ceiling. Exhale, allow the head to drop back last. Inhale. Exhale 1, Ustrasana. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lifting up from the center of the chest. Exhale, point the toes, sit on the heels. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, lift the hips up. This time you have the option of pointing the toes. Makes it a little bit longer of a reach down. Bring the hands to the lower back, palms on the lower back, fingertips point down, elbows pull back energetically. Chin to chest. Inhale, tuck the pelvis, lift the chest. Exhale, start to extend back, reaching for the feet or ankles, or if the toes are pointed, you can press the palms into the soles of the feet. Head goes back last. Inhale. Exhale 1. Keep lifting the pelvis forward and up. 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lifting straight up from heart center. Exhale, point the toes, sit on the heels. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Go ahead and grab your 3 blocks. And bring 2 of them back by your hips so they're accessible to your hands. The other one is going to kind of float to the side. I'm just going to borrow this real quick. And set it to this highest setting so it's accessible, it's within reach. To the right side.
Lift up onto your knees again, just like Ustrasana, and step the right foot forward so it's in a low lunge. Good. Go ahead and grab the 2 blocks by the hips and put them underneath the hands. Keep the back toes tucked for now, so balls of feet on the floor, and move that left leg back just a little bit in space. So the knee is not going to be directly underneath the hip. It's like Anjaneyasana, a little behind. Then, keeping that back leg behind, the toes tucked, start to creep the right foot forward, coming into Hanumanasana, split. Now that's why you have that third floater block. If the hips are high in the air, place that block underneath the thigh at any height you need to stack the ears, shoulders, and hips, like Tadasana in the upper body, but party in the lower body. Keep those back toes tucked, and that allows you to keep that hip closed, just like in the standing split. If you feel grounded through the hips, option to reach the arms overhead and gaze toward the fingertips. Keep those back toes under because it helps keep the hips closed. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. So when you point the back toes, that allows for that back hip to externally rotate. That's more of like what a dancer does for splits. For Hanumanasana, we want the hips more neutral here so that both hip creases face forward like headlights. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And as the exhale comes, bring the hands to the blocks. Lift your hips up and start to shift the weight of the hips back, bending the front leg knee, scooting the back leg knee a little further in until you can place both knees on the floor, coming to stand on the knees like that camel pose. Good. Left foot forward into a low lunge position. Walk your blocks back as you need. Tuck the back toes and be judicious with that. You want to keep that in there. Start to creep the left foot back slightly. So the left knee is slightly behind the left hip, and start to or the right knee rather, and slide the left foot forward. Try to creep the toes like an inchworm so you're not moving the foot back and forward. That can be irritating for the knee. Set the block underneath the left thigh if needed. Use the hands on the blocks if needed. Start to bring your ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. Think about lifting the front of the pubic bone up so you have that slight pelvic tilt. Core is engaged. If you did so on the other side, arms raise up. Hanumanasana. So it said that this asana energetically is a perfect example of that anu in the moment. The back leg, it's in the past. Front leg, it's in the future. Neither of those are within one's control. All you have control over is this core, the center line of the spine. So use the metaphor within the asana to practice this one moment at a time perception. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhale. Bring the hands down to the blocks. Start to lift the hips up. Start to walk the back foot, back knee in, front foot a little back until you feel like you can set both of the knees down. And then we'll find a downward facing dog.
So if you have if split is easy for you, Hanumanasana is easy for you like this, but you want to go deeper, then keep your toes tucked under.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a habit of not understanding how to square hips, keep your toes tucked under.
It also allows you to engage Mula Bandha with more efficiency.
Also, as soon as you put the top of your foot down on the ground, you're not in the antai anymore. You're thinking about what your front leg is doing, like the knee was doing in the back. She was all worried about front leg, but she wasn't in the moment with the back leg. Back leg is kind of lost the connection to it.
Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale the knees, chest, chin down to the earth. Inhale, side forward and up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower down and roll over onto the back. Why don't we have a little fun with that closed hip? Bring the feet to the floor, knees bent. You should be able to touch the heels with the fingertips. Try not to turn the toes out. If anything, you can have them angled in slightly, but don't turn them out. That's when you start to feel it in the lower back. Take a deep full breath in. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath you, lift the hips up, pushing into the heels, finding a bridge. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, listen carefully. Exhale, scoot the left foot a little closer to the center line of the mat. Inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Exhale, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling like you're going to push the sole of the foot there. That is a closed hip. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, place the feet on the floor. Release the hands if they're interlaced. Lower the hips. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So now we have no doubt in our mind what a closed hip is. There you go. Place the feet on the floor. Knees parallel, feet parallel. Avoid the turnout. Inhale fully and deeply. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the buttocks, lift the hips up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Soft toes, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, heel toe the right foot a little closer to the center line of the mat. Inhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Exhale, extend the left foot, push the foot into the ceiling. Try not to drop one hip lower than the other. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, place the foot on the floor, relax the hands, relax the hips, windshield wiper the knees. It's a good way to relax the lower back without drawing the knees into the chest. Option to stay in that bridge, or you can make it restorative by sliding a block underneath the sacrum. Otherwise, upward bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. First one will be for 5, second one will be for 10. Place the hands next to the ears. If you do a forward bend for 10 breaths, my ethos is you got to do a backward bend for equally. Hands by the ears, palms down. Make sure you're giving yourself enough width in the hands and feet. Deep full breath in. Exhale, pushing down through hands and feet, lifting the hips up, lifting the head up, extending the arms and legs, keeping that parallel stance in the knees and hips. Inhaling. Exhale, 1. Separate the feet a little bit, Sybil. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, lower down. You can bring the inner knees to touch. You can find the windshield wipering again. Just don't bend the knees into the chest. We're not finished back bending yet. Notice if the breath gets away from you. That's a really good way of seeing if you're in the present moment. Try to control the breath with Ujjayi Pranayama. 10 breaths. Place hands, place feet for whatever variation you're practicing today. Inhale fully. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor. Push down, start to raise up. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Now let's have fun. Inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Exhale, extend the right leg to the ceiling. 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. Place the foot on the floor. Inhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Exhale, extend it up. 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale, knee and bends. Exhale, foot on the floor. 9. Inhale, lift up one more time. Exhale, everyone, release the hips down. And just bring the inner knees to touch and the feet as wide as the mat. Inner knees touch, feet as wide as the mat, and stay there for a moment. allowing the hips to internally rotate, allowing the lower back to relax. Bring the palms so that they're facing up, arms extended on the ground, just as a gesture of release. We're letting that go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the jaw, relax the space between the eyebrows. Exhale. Begin to draw the knees into the chest. Slowly, slowly, rocking from side to side as the body needs. Relax the jaw. Feel the lower back gently pressing into the ground. Begin to open the knees apart and reach for either the backs of the thighs, the ankles, or the outer edges of the feet so that the fingertips are touching the soles of the feet for happy baby. So knees apart, allowing there to be space. Now, if you did that and the head just turned up so that the chin is reaching up and your upper back is off the ground, think about drawing as much of the back body into the ground as possible. Relax the jaw. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then place the left foot on the floor and extend the left leg out on the mat. Inhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Exhale, press the back of the left thigh down to the floor. Inhale, draw the right knee all the way over to the left-hand side of the body until the knee touches the floor, a blanket, or a block. Do not have the right knee floating in the air. Hold on to the right knee with your left hand. So bring it all the way down, all the way down. Inhale, follow your right arm over to the left-hand side of the room. So follow the arm over to this side of the room where the heaters are. Close your book. Then take a deep breath in and open the book, keeping the knee down, opening the book. So keep the knee down at all costs. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Keep opening here. We are just going to hold. Inhale. Exhale, 2. It's really important that that knee stays grounded more than the shoulder opening. It's to protect the lower back. You don't want to twist from the vertebra in the lower back. They're not meant to do that. Inhale. So ego check sometimes. 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lay on the back body, hug the right knee into the chest. Exhale, extend the right leg out on the floor. Inhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Exhale, press the back of the right thigh down. Inhale, draw the left knee all the way over to the floor. Don't open the twist yet. Come stack the shoulders so you're laying on your side so that you can get the whole left knee on the floor. Bring the left arm over toward the side of the room where there's the props and the bolsters. Close the book. Hold on to the knee. Inhale, open the book, bringing that left shoulder toward the floor. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. This will help a little bit. Lift this up. 3. Then it should give more space to open. Inhale, and then angle the arm down slightly. That'll help. Better. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back to lay on the back. Hug the left knee into the chest. Exhale, extend the left leg out on the floor. Inhale, draw both knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Exhale, contract the belly. Pull the forehead to the knees. As you inhale, start to rock forward, and exhale, rock back until the body comes to sit up all the way. Extend the legs toward the mirrored wall in the back. Please sit on something if you feel like you cannot sustain a long spine here, or if your pelvis is tucking underneath you. Toes point up toward the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging from the hips, start to fold, reaching for the feet, ankles, props. Keep that length in the spine. Notice if the body wants to reach forward with the chin, reach forward with the heart. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come to sit up the rest of the way. Inhale, bend both knees into the chest. Exhale, open the knees apart, soles of feet together, heels very close to the pelvis, Baddha Konasana. Push the heels energetically together, lift the center of the chest up. Hold on to either the ankles or interlacing the hands underneath the outer edges of the feet so the thumbs come to the inner edge like a book. Inhale, lengthen heart away from hips. You can stay here or option it as you exhale to fold, bringing the navel toward the heels. Again, watch reaching with the shoulders, watch reaching with the chin. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Soften here. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, keep the feet in this orientation. Just move them forward about a foot. This time, bring the fingertips in front of the toe tips like a hat. Forearms in front of the shins. Inhale. Exhale, round the back, forehead toward the insteps of the feet. Tadasana. Let the head go here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lifting the torso up, raising the sides of the knees up with the hands. And then as the exhale comes, set up for shoulder stand, legs up the wall, or if inversions are no longer an option today, goddess pose with the legs in the same orientation as they were, soles of feet together, knees apart, laying on the back. That is a no inversion option. Legs up the wall is what it sounds like. Laying on the back with the legs up the wall, it can be nice to have a blanket underneath the hips. The closer the body is to the wall, the more intense the stretch will be on the backs of the legs. Keep that in mind. For shoulder stand, it's very helpful to bring a blanket underneath the shoulders. Very helpful, and it helps prevent putting excess pressure on the cervical spine, on the neck's spine. And then folding the mat over the rolled blanket just helps so the body has a little traction. It's sweaty. Bringing the legs overhead. If the blanket is underneath the shoulders, the head wants to be on the wood floor, the shoulders want to be on the rolled blanket mat combo. Hands on the middle of the back. Start to walk the elbows in closer together, much like we did in Ustrasana. Hands have the fingertips pointing up, extending the legs up. If the legs feel heavy, a nice way to get the elbows more underneath the body and reactivate the legs is to cross one ankle over the other and push the feet up to the ceiling. That will allow want to walk the elbows closer and bring the hands a little further up toward the mid-back. Same thing goes with the other leg. You can cross and recross. So the feet want to actively lift up. The hands are supporting the back. Eyes can be closed, or the focal point can be up toward the ceiling, or even inwardly toward the third eye, the center of the forehead. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Reconnecting to that oceanic quality of the Ujjayi pranayama, that slight constriction, so that you can hear the breath. That's a good way to practice being present. If you can't hear the breath, it's a good way to see if, like, oh, am I actually breathing or am I just pretending? One thing that Austin and I learned from our teachers that was very profound for me was the thought of yoga happening not just while you're practicing the asana, but it's actually the moments between. Kind of like the moment between the inhale and the exhale. Yoga is in the transitions. Because the transitions are oftentimes the most unstable rather. From a physical standpoint, we fall most when we're transitioning from one asana to another. But think about also life transitions as well. Because there's such a recognition that we don't know what's happening, that the past isn't going to continue the way it was, that the future is uncertain, that's oftentimes where we lose our heads the most. And so this is a really great place to practice being comfortable in instability, being comfortable in discomfort, being comfortable in transitional moments. Yeah, uncertain. Allow the legs to drop overhead. Feet touching the floor. Knees can be soft. Plow. Hands can stay on the back or they can interlace. And that's why I often feel like I would say a novice practitioner, but I've been practicing for 16 years and sometimes I still rush into an asana. And it's a really good way of noticing and calling yourself out on trying to achieve like some predictable endpoint, to try to control some future outcome. Soften the knees, draw the knees toward the ears. Hands can stay interlaced or hands can hold on to the backs of the knees. Because it's easy to rush to something that's known. It's not very easy to take a day at a time, to take it as it comes, to acknowledge that today's practice might be different than another by staying in those shakier moments, those moments of transition. Palms down alongside the floor, behind the body. Slowly control the roll down. Try to keep the shoulders down. Try to keep the head down. Once the body is firmly on the ground, the hips are down. If you have padding underneath the shoulders, go ahead and flatten out the mat, remove the padding. Setting up for Matsyasana. Fish, arms alongside of the body, palms up. Push into the elbows, keep the hips grounded, lift up through the center of the chest like your sternum is being pulled up to the ceiling by a little string, placing the top of the head to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Push into the elbows, tuck the chin into the chest, and set the body up for comfort. so that you're not tempted to fidget or move or adjust clothing. If the lower back is a little twingy, it's helpful to put something underneath the backs of the knees so that the knees are slightly elevated. If the chin is sticking up toward the ceiling, it can be helpful to put something like a blanket underneath the back of the head. If the body's cold, you can place one of the blankets over the body. And everyone take a deep, full breath in through the nose. Exhale, drop open the mouth. Exhale through the mouth, signaling to your parasympathetic nervous system, time to become inactive. Time to let the body go. That's what Shavasana is all about. Time to let the body go. Breathe fully and deeply in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Once more, inhaling. And exhaling as the breath leaves the body, allow the awareness to travel down the body from the head all the way down through the trunk, through the limbs, and out through the hands and feet. I'm going to call out a part of the body. So just bring your mental awareness there for a moment. Sometimes having a brief image of the body part can be helpful. And then we will move on, let it go. So bring the awareness to the top of the head, space behind the eyes, the cheeks, the tongue and the mouth, the center of the throat, the center of the chest, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, right palm, right fingertips. Bringing the awareness back to the center of the chest. Bring the awareness to the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left palm of hand, left fingertips. Bring the awareness back up to the center of the chest. Bring the awareness to the navel, the base of the pelvis, the right leg, starting at the hip socket, the knee, the ankle, sole of the right foot, the right toe tips. Bring the awareness back up the right leg to the center of the pelvis. Bring the awareness to the left leg, starting at the left hip socket, left knee, ankle, sole of the left foot, left toe tips. Feel the front of the body. Feel the back of the body. Feel the right side of the body. Left side of the body. Feel the whole body lying over the floor, heavy. Feel the whole body lying over the floor. Feel the entire body lying heavy over the floor. And for a few moments, letting go of the body, letting go of focused awareness. Experiencing more of a disembodied being.
Gently start to deepen the breath, bringing awareness back to the body.
Start by wiggling fingers and toes, and then allowing those small movements to lead to gradually bigger movements, like rocking the head from side to side, or stretching the arms and legs in opposite directions. And then bend the knees and place the feet on the floor, rolling to the right, pausing there for a moment in fetal position.
Stay there for a second, and pressing the left palm of the earth with the torso up. Come up to a seated position for meditation practice. For seated consciousness, for seated awareness. You can sit on a block, you can sit on a blanket. But once you establish that seat, be in the present moment, be in the now, commit to it. Try not to fidget, try not to adjust, just for a few moments, just commit to where you are. Then close the eyes and allow the breath to deepen. Have breath awareness. So we want to inhale deeply in a very full, enjoyable, relaxed way. And exhale fully in a very joyful, relaxed way. My teacher calls this yogi's breath. And start to draw the senses inward, letting my voice be the last thing that leaves you. And as you draw the senses inward, focus the mind, but you need something to focus on. As you inhale, silently say to yourself, let. And as you exhale, silently say to yourself, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Letting go of the moment that has passed and not grasping the moment that is coming, being in the present moment. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Silently begin to tell yourself, I'm not this body. This body is outside of me. Silently tell yourself, I'm not this mind. This mind is outside of me. Silently tell yourself, I'm not these emotions. These emotions are outside of me. Silently tell yourself, I'm not the sensation of feeling. Feeling is outside of me. Tell yourself that you are Swayam Prakash, that internal light, that spark of divinity within you. You have a body, you have a mind. The body and the mind is there to experience this divine energy within. Acknowledge that in yourself and every other living being. Gently bring the hands together in prayer. Bow head slightly. Inhale deeply. Sadhu. Giving thanks and praise for the teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachings that are yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru, Baba Ki, Jai. Thank you all. Thank you, Kathy. That was wonderful. And if you want to spend a whole month with us, why we wouldn't? Don't forget, Omega Institute, July the 28th through August the 25th. I'm finally going to get it right.
We don't get that right.
I know. So anyway, so keep that in your book and in the back of your mind. Also, next weekend we have a couple of workshops, 2 workshops at the same time. We've never done this. Over in the annex, Deaf Rima is doing a chakra meditation. It's a seated yoga practice, so it's a gentle yoga practice. There's breath work, sound therapy, and sound bath, and you get her new book with that. And then in this room, we'll be doing ecstatic dance. Ecstatic dance is you get to come and dance. You know, you can dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind. You know. So, but it's a wonderful practice. And last time we did it a month or so ago, we had like 50 people here, and some of them came from Philadelphia. So they have a huge following, and they're new in New Jersey. They've always been in New York, but this group in New Jersey has been around for about 3 or 4 years. And they're, if you haven't experienced it, come. It's a different practice than this. It's a lot more organic. There's a movement session. It's a kind of organic movement and guided organic movement to get kind of everybody familiar with the space. Then there's like 2 hours of 2.5 hours maybe of a DJ. Then after the 2.5 hours, they bring food and all kinds of stuff, and they have people who are doing Reiki, and I mean it's kind of an event. It's like a little festival, and then they have a sound bath, and then everybody sits in this big circle, and they give everybody a chance to express their gratitude or whatever they want to express about that evening. So that becomes a very satsang moment of that community sharing. And I was very touched by it, like what some of the people had to say, and how for some of the practitioners of this ecstatic, energetic dance, it's a really grounding practice for them in their lives. And so I thought, well, this is really positive stuff. So anyway, if you have any questions for us, whatever you ask questions, you can ask questions. Be loved, be vegan. I'll see you next time.